What do you feel like was clicking for that group in the fourth quarter that allowed you guys to go on that big comeback?
I really feel like it was our defense. Our defense led to our offense. We were all locked in on what we needed to do and the schemes that we needed to play. And I feel like we were all clicking and everybody was on the same page. So that actually led to our run and our confidence on offense.
You had that, he said, tied career high. Felt like some inside out play for you with switches. Where do you feel like you found your advantages most of this game?
Wherever I was open, my teammates kind of found me, and the way that they were playing, they were switching a lot, so it made it like a little bit easier for me and AB to play off of each other with that. So, yeah.
Aliyah, it was hard to figure out exactly what your emotion was after the final shot, looking at your face, but what were you feeling in that moment, and can you take me through that last play?
I mean, I knew we had low shot clock, and our first option, they kind of took it away, and so I was like, just be available, and then everybody was like, shoot it, and then John Cole came out my face, and then I took a bounce, and I was like, oh gosh, and then I was like, gotta shoot it, and so I shot it, but I did hold my follow through.
You sure did, and I feel like we won a championship, okay? Because the way we celebrated.
Oh gosh.
Guarding JJ in the way she really spreads the floor, how tricky is that, and how does it change the way you guys have to defend that?
Yeah, I mean, overall, she's a great player. Just like you said, she can spread the floor. So, I mean, it's hard. I mean, you want to be in your gaps. You want to make it hard for Jais. But then she hit some key threes in that third quarter. But, I mean, after she hit them, we didn't drop our heads. We just continued, and we just made it hard for her to continue to knock those down as the game went on.
How did Lexi's absence, with her being kind of a lockdown defender, how does her absence kind of affect your defense today?
I think everybody stepped up. You know, when Lexi's here, she's always going to give us those extra possessions. And so today we really missed her. But I think, you know, coming into this game, Coach said, you know, we have two of our starters down right now. And this is where everybody steps up as a whole. And I think everyone did a great job. Tori and Maya and everyone that came in just did a fantastic job. And so we just try to make sure that there wasn't any drops.
And kind of speaking of stepping up, Grace played 36 minutes today. What did you both see from her?
Uber.
Yeah, G-Baby, hey, she gives it her all every time she steps on the court. So it's great to see her in a game like today be able to, you know, showcase what she can do. So I'm very happy for G-Baby. The whole team is, and we just hope that, you know, going down the stretch, coming in after All-Star, she just continues.
And what do you think, I guess, led to just the shift there in the second half? I know you probably yourself bringing energy, bringing attention, and it seemed like when you got inserted, it was like, all right, let's change this.
Yeah, I mean, at that time, I believe they had already went on like a 13-0 run or something, 13-1 run or something like that. We hadn't made a field goal. So, I mean, anytime coach puts me in the game, I just try to bring energy. I don't know what that will look like depending upon if it's on offense or defense, but I try to come in and do what I can for the team. And we just said, we have nothing to lose. This is the number 2 team in the league, I believe, at the time. Is it still? Yeah, so just go out there and hoop and have fun.
Yeah, but can I add? But Emma is also just a very seasoned vet. Like, she comes in, just like you said, and she does what we need. But, I mean, she made great reads, posting up, knocking down the jumper. Like, she just came in and just did what she does every single day for us. And so it's really great to see them fall.
Thank you, Bonnie. Welcome.
Amy, was there any doubt that your foot was on the line for the 3, or did you know like it was a 3?
Absolutely not. I knew I was had to be behind that line. That would have been embarrassing.
Put her in the 3-point contest.
Take me out.
We saw the clip. So.
Take me out.
Please. And then what do you think of the chemistry you and Grace are developing? It seems like 2-man game. You all are continuing to just be on the same page and really develop.
Yeah, we're continuing to grow with it. I mean, Grace has always been a great post-entry passer, and I think what we're working on too is just in transition, me sealing and her making that pass over the top. But I mean, we're just continuing to talk, just like everyone else, continue to grow that relationship. You know, both rookies and playing some good minutes. So it's like we just got to continue to develop that.
And then I believe last week you kind of talked to the team in practice pretty sternly. You were saying to respect the game.
So you were there for that?
Yeah, I was there. I didn't tweet out everything. What does that really mean? Like when you want to, like, I guess, explain what that means to you and what you want to instill in this team.
I mean, you put so much into basketball, like you sacrifice so much to play this game, so you can't cheat it. Like, you know, like everything you put into it, you're gonna get out of it. So no matter if you're having a bad day, a good day, like if you playing the game that you love, then you should always be able to go out there and do it with your heart. And that's what I wanted everybody to understand. Like, this game could be taken away at any moment. So while you're still playing and you're still in the league and you're one of 144, like, enjoy it. Enjoy it.
Is that part of the reason why you want to just keep like chipping away at this? Like even though it wasn't the outcome you wanted today, like.
Yeah, for sure. Like, I love basketball. Basketball has given me so much. And I know a lot of people don't know my story, but I didn't make it to the league till I was 28. So, like, this is something that I cherish and I love. So, like I said, I just want to give that to my younger people, and I want them to understand that basketball is what it is, but this is something that is serious and can take you places.
Aliyah, you've developed a lot of chemistry with Nalissa. If you have to go a little bit without her, how different is life for you on the floor, and what's the key for you guys to bridging this gap without her?
Yeah, I mean, Liz does a great job of spreading the floor. I mean, she's definitely puts the team at a disadvantage because she can step out to the three, and it's not just like she's a catch and shoot 3-point shooter. Like, she can really work. But I think it's all just going to play into everyone else. Like, right now, we don't have her, but just like I said earlier, like, everyone is stepping up. And I think Liz her presence on the court isn't there, but her presence on the bench is. Like, today she was talking to everybody in everyone's ears, just continuing to cheer us on. And I think that still fuels us, and then that motivates whoever's in the game now to continue to do the best that they can.
Christie, I'm assuming the last time regulation might not have been how you drew it up, but what do you think of Aliyah's awareness?
Yeah, just the way they, we didn't execute. We were trying to get Kelsey on a hammer action. But you know what? Like, just their battle and their fight to not give up. Like, that's one of the things that we've been talking about. Sometimes we don't finish plays. We crashed, and then for AB to get that, you're talking about at the end, for regular, yeah, the three was incredible. I mean, it looked like when she shot it, I was right behind her. I was like, that ball's going in. And there it was. Like, it was incredible. She's earned that. She's earned that.
And then how do you think Emma changed the tenor of the game, put her in, and obviously the momentum shifted, the run started, things like that? She just makes things happen.
Yeah, Emma practices at a high level every day. She's ready for her moment. And that's what today was. It was her moment to go in and show what she can do. I'm so proud of her. She's just she's a veteran post player who just is really smart and understands the game. And that's what she did. She's had some hell of some screens. She was rolling when she was supposed to. She was rising when she was supposed to. Just really proud of Emma and her game today.
And then how do you think Grace continues to grow through the game? Like, she makes mistakes, early in the game or whatever, but down the stretch, I mean, trusting her, obviously, and she probably had, I would say, arguably the best game of her career.
She did. That's just what we talked about before the game. Like, New York's one of the best teams in the league. Like, everybody just needs to relax and go play their game. Like, whatever that is, don't try to do something that you don't do. And that's exactly what Grace did. Yep, she's going to make mistakes. She's a rookie. She's playing against some of the best players in the world, right? I mean, she's playing against gold medal winners. But she held her own. And, as much as, like, those players went in and got us in that game. Those players that were in there went in, played some defense. I called a timeout. It was a 10-0 run, and then we won the rest of that quarter. And then I think we held New York to 12 in the fourth quarter. And I mean, I was going to let them do what they were doing because they were doing exactly what we needed.
Yeah. How did Lexi's absence kind of affect you guys defensively? You got better through to the fourth quarter, but for the first three, how did that kind of affect you with her not being there?
Yeah, I don't really know how it really affected us. I think we did. I mean, we held them under their average. I'm really proud of Victoria Vivians. She held Stewie under her points. She couldn't make a shot. She made 1 3, I think. Is that what she ended up with? 2 but she locked in on our schemes and did a hell of a job on Stewie. All of them did. I mean, we had 1 day to prepare. There was a lot of things that were different from the game before with new people who hadn't played very many minutes, and they locked in and did exactly what we asked them to do. I'm so proud of them all. They play so hard. They play so hard, and you can't ask for anything else as a coach.
When JJ's out there and she's spreading it out, Aliyah has to get away from the rim a little bit on the defensive end. How does that kind of change what you guys have to do on that end since her strength is more around the basket?
Yeah, and because Aliyah was also who was our help on a mismatch underneath. So that's tough when you're guarding JJ, who can shoot the three. I mean, she had a couple tonight, I think. She had one coming out of half, I remember, right in front of our bench. But, we're going to stick to what, we pick the averages of what's going to help us and what we're going to go with. And if it gets out of hand, we will make an adjustment. But that's just what we went to. But AB came out, did a great job, really helped us out. we scrambled in some times tonight that we don't do. Like, we haven't done that. Like, we're still trying to learn those things, but we didn't stop playing. Just really proud of them for that too.
How do you as a coach think about, when a lineup is on a run like that in the fourth quarter, keeping that in versus tinkering with it, all sorts of stuff like that in a moment like that?
Yeah, no, I'm not. If it's working, I'm not going to change it. I mean, that's just, it was working on both ends of the floor. Like, I think that was probably the best. Like, I heard them communicating the entire possession, and that's been something that we've really struggled with. Just that in the moment, talking the entire time, and you had to talk with how we were going to play them. And that was they did an excellent job when it came to communication.
Did you see something change with the Liberty defense, or what, in overtime specifically, you had a few possessions that went all the way to the end of the shot clock. What do you feel like stagnated a bit on offense?
Yeah, I think they're a veteran team. They're one of the best teams in the league. I think they just went to that next level. I think they were 3 from 5 from 3 in the overtime. That's just, you can't let that happen. But that's who they are. I mean, I wouldn't expect anything else. I mean, coming out of the half, they decided to really up their tempo in transition. They went from having only 4 points in the paint to 14 in a quarter. So they just made some adjustments, and we did too. But that's what you get with a veteran team.
As you hit the midway point of the season here, 15 of your 20 games have been those clutch games within 5 points in the last 5 minutes, which is more than last year's team. I know closing out is a focus for you, but as you kind of deliver a message for the second half, and maybe that doesn't come for a few days now, what is your message to the group?
Let the way you feel right now fuel you for the second 20. That's what we told them. Find a way to use how you feel right now with these losses that we've, had in a row now. And what they did tonight against one of the top teams in the league, you've got to walk away feeling good about where we're going. And that's without Liz and Lexi. So we're gonna come back, and like I told you guys before, we're gonna be able to practice, and that's gonna be a huge difference for us.
Aliyah touched on it a little bit, but what do you think of the chemistry that she's developed with Grace as they get more minutes together and really just grow throughout the rookie season?
Yeah, I think, we've got some really talented rookies. We've got some really talented second-year players. It takes time for them to come together. I mean, all these young players are from their, coming from their colleges where they were the first touch was going to them, and now there's several of them out there who are a threat, and it's just learning to work together and understanding the big picture for our team.
All good, guys?
Here. On a day like Kids Day, how important is it for your players to be performing the way they are in front of all these people, all these fans who are cheering them on today?
Yeah. I'll go back to just how hard they play. It's just very obvious. Every coach that we play, other than a couple games, have said, Coach, y'all are doing an excellent job. Your team plays so hard, and they do. And so just hopefully these young people that were here today, they don't even know who they're cheering for half the time. Sometimes they're cheering for us, sometimes they're cheering for the other. It doesn't matter, but it makes for a great environment for a really good game for our league.
Coach, what was the biggest thing that New York was on that run to start the third quarter? You guys were shorthanded right before the All-Star break, but you guys didn't quit fighting. You were able to battle back. Just what was it like after you called that timeout? They went on the run. What kind of switched there so you guys were able to start clawing your way back?
Yeah, we found a way we cleaned up a couple things. We talked about a scheme that was hurting us, and they were actually talking about it when I got to the huddle. So when things like that are happening, you're moving in the right direction when the team is figuring out what they need to do. And so I was really excited about that. We didn't have to get to it, just kind of covered it. But just the way they responded. They held them to 10 points the rest of the way, and offensively we went on a pretty good run as well. So just their response in that moment when we haven't shown that all the time.